How's it going, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to my channel, The Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and everything relating to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And today we have some more unexpected Black Panther 2 news, and this time it's coming from a Marvel Executive Vice President. Now, the last thing that we really heard about Black Panther 2 was that it was possible that Marvel Studios was considering a CGI Chadwick Boseman for just a very short part of the film in the very beginning. And then, in the beginning of the movie, Black Panther would die in battle. Now, this thought was pretty controversial for a pretty good reason. Chadwick has sadly passed away in real life, and we don't need to mourn it again and go through it again in the movie, even if it's an off-screen death. However, it does seem like Black Panther may already be dead in the MCU according to Marvel's Executive Vice President. She did an interview very recently where she talked about what they're going to do with Black Panther 2, and I'll break it all down in this video. But first, if you're new, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest MCU news, and so you can enter this week's giveaway for a chance to win a Tony Stark Avengers Endgame Funko Pop. And shout out to HeroesHideout.com for providing this Funko. You can go to their website, they have a ton of awesome Marvel merch. So, like I said, Marvel's Executive Vice President Victoria Alonso recently did an interview with an Argentinian journal. She was asked about Black Panther 2, and she had something very, very interesting to say. They asked, what's going to happen with Black Panther 2? And she says, there were talks about creating a CGI Boseman. No, there's only one Chadwick, and he's no longer with us. And here's the really fascinating part. She says, unfortunately, our king is dead, not only in fiction, but also in real life. That line right there, she just said that the king, Black Panther, is dead in fiction, implying that he is in fact dead in the MCU. And I'll come back to this in just a bit, but I'll finish what she said in the interview. She continues by saying, we are taking our time to think how are we going to continue that story, and what are we going to do to honor this chapter and this unexpected and terrible death. In production, sometimes 2 or 3 months are enough, and you say time has passed. But this is not the case. We need to think, what are we going to do? How are we going to honor the franchise? So, Marvel Studios is still taking their time, rightfully so, but the comment about our king is dead not only in fiction, but in real life, suggests that T'Challa is dead in the MCU. And what this probably means is we won't be seeing any type of on-screen death, no CGI, no nothing. In fact, when the movie starts, it will probably pay a tribute to not only Chadwick Boseman, but T'Challa as well. And then from there, they'll move on, and a new Black Panther will come into play. Now, it has already been confirmed that Shuri is making, or has already made within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, a new synthetic heart-shaped herb, one that has vibranium inside of it. So whenever it's time for the next ceremony and the next Black Panther to come in, they will in fact get their powers from a new heart-shaped herb, despite the fact that Killmonger managed to destroy pretty much every heart-shaped herb but one. And there's been a lot of talk about Shuri becoming the new Black Panther. This has happened in the comics before, and this does seem like a fairly decent option, but like Marvel's Executive Vice President said, as of right now, nothing has really been decided, or at least nothing is set in stone. But for now, we know that they're not going to do a CGI Chadwick Boseman, but it sounds like from the very beginning, when the second Black Panther film starts, T'Challa may actually already have passed away. Again, the line, the king is dead in fiction and in real life, pretty much says that T'Challa is actually currently dead in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as well. It just happened off screen, and they'll explain it in Black Panther 2. Now, I'm sure this is being done to honor Chadwick Boseman in the best way possible. We don't need to see his death on screen. We don't need to see his family in the MCU finding out about his death on screen. Instead, we'll do our best to remember him, and they'll give him a tribute in the movie that he deserves. But do you agree with this? What would you like to see happen? And are you okay with Shuri becoming the next Black Panther, or would you like to see somebody else take on that mantle? Let me know down below, and be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest things happening within the MCU, including Black Panther 2. Don't forget to like the video, and for live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Don't forget to check out HeroesHideout.com for some awesome MCU merch, and as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.